guys, welcome to P-Cube, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. Today we have a request from Bob, one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee, so thank you for your song request and for your support. This is another song from Chicago, the same concert. We did another one that I can put a link here, I think a few weeks ago, and actually we were surprised of how, if you remember, they had such a big brass section with the trombones, trumpet, saxophone, and it was so surprising to us in such a nice way that seeing those instruments playing a big part in a rock band. So I'm excited to see more of them, honestly, and I think this song might be a little more famous just because of the views, but I don't know. I'm excited anyway. So this is Chicago 25 or 6 to 4. I don't think that's part of the song, is it? Is it artist?
Yes,
I think they're just adjusting.
doing a set.
But I don't know how much to go forward, so I'm not gonna touch it. Just gonna let it.
Or is it just started?
I have no idea.
They are still doing the setup.
I think this is the start. If you remember in the first song that we listened to, remember this middle guy? He started in such a low register that we were both so surprised. It's very interesting to see a different side of his vocals, that how he kind of shifts character. Even I think he did that in the same video, because we listened to two of the songs in that video, and I think even in the second song he shifts the character of his voice. But then here, even though the same concert, so it's so interesting to see how they kind of I don't know, turn on that switch, and it's okay, this song we gotta do it like this. And also, as always, I love the brass sections. I love how they add such a unique color to that, how they, I don't know, it feels I don't know, a fusion of a lot of different things, and that's so cool for me. I love that. Okay, I want to go back and listen to this guitar solo all back to back. But before that, I love that how it went like 0 to 100 in like 2 minutes. It kind of like had
Yeah.
a, I mean, it had a gradual build up, but in a short amount of time. Like if you know what I mean, it's like
Yeah.
very quiet, but then it didn't take long for us to really like get to that exploding moment. And I think that's like I think the release of it and the guitar section.
Yeah, and exactly where you paused,
Uh-huh.
I really loved what was happening in the background, you know, with the music, not aside for the singers, that
Yeah.
they were just making sometimes very beautiful harmonies
Yeah.
and stuff. In the background, in the music layer, it was it was so much happening, and you know, some downwards notes on some, you know, but so many cool things. If you just listen to the music, it's so much happening. So much
Yeah.
things are
Yeah, I
happening in
agree.
this
Yeah, that's
moment.
true.
Exactly.
Touching 5 or 6 to 4.
I love that. And I have so many things to tell about this song. But there's something that was really cool. Like this moment, you see, it's like it feels like you're playing, and all your friends are like encouraging, like, "Yo, yeah, you're doing great." And that feel for me, because I'm like, "Yes, yes, you go." And then one more thing that I was hearing, like a repetitive bass line in it. I don't know if it was coming from the keyboard or was it the other guitar, because it felt like
I
a
was
bass guitar.
exactly going to say that, because that was also the thing that I meant earlier with the singers, that if something is going down, you know, some downward. But exactly the thing that you said, I think it comes either from the bass or also from this pink shirt person, not the brass one,
Yeah, the
the
keyboard.
person, yeah, in the on the
Yeah.
keyboards. But the thing is that usually in other, you know, songs or other bands, when somebody wants to have solo, like a guitar, like an electric guitar solo or something, they will do a little music. They will empty a little the music, the background music, so that the electric guitar can show up and show off, and then or the solo solo instrument is just like an empty thing, or and then the solo parts comes. But here exactly that much things are happening as exactly before that the singers were singing, but the guitarist is so doing everything so that you cannot even listen to the background. Your mind completely shuts down the other music, and like you will be stunned by how crazy is this solo is. And I love that part. It was kind of in the beginning of the solo that they were doing a very like exact rhythm in the background. I mean, until the end you have a very exact rhythm, and then in the beginning the electric guitar was also trying to have this exact rhythm, and it was like doing very crazy passages and fast passages in the exact same rhythm as the background music. But then at some point it was like, never mind, I will do my own stuff. And then it just became so free, and without paying attention to the rhythm of the background. And it was such a great and such an interesting combination between that rhythm and then that just free, like just it felt so free and so cool. And I don't know anything about the electric guitars, and I don't want to be that person to say, oh wow, to something that looks very
I know
crazy and difficult, but it's not that much. But I really think that this feeling that I have, that I'm just amazed by his playing. He's not playing some just show off easy things that you will say, okay, yeah, wow. He is really doing something very incredible and so hard and so complicated, and it's so crazy to see that.
Yeah, that is true. It was so much, and I was not expecting that long of a solo, but it felt so good because then he got a really good like grasp of like his abilities and his skills. And now I wonder what's gonna happen.
Feeling like I ought to sleep. Spinning around this sinking deep. Searching for something to say. Waiting for the break of day. Ooh, no, no. Touching 5 or 6 to 4. Touching 5 or 6 to 4. Take care.
Wow, that was so cool. I love this song. I mean, I like the other two songs I will listen to, but this one was so different, so upbeat, so much like instrumentation that we saw. A lot of, as you said, layers in like all the brass, and then there was like a theme that like every time that would go to brass we would hear that, and I think that like made it really actually cohesive as well. I really like that.
I also want to say something about the brass section, because in every orchestra that I played, that's a part that every time the conductor is like, oh, okay, now the brass section, about the, you know, their intonation, their phrasing, everything, and it's so hard to blend because it's really hard to play these instruments, and it's really hard to blend like intonation also, you know, everything, the colors, everything. And it was so amazing how they were doing a very good job, and they were so blended, and they were just doing a very, very, very good job in the ensemble. They had a very, you know, a good they were doing a very good thing together.
Yeah.
And I also had this feeling that, you know, that was a very nice contrast, that it was just a, you know, very like this music with the whole thing. It was all very upbeat and very like, very, you know, you feel like a little tight between all this rhythm and fast rhythms. And then at the opposite, it was just this long phrases and long you know, things from the singer and also from the brass section. So it was just a very good combination between these two long things and that you know, crazy rhythm that was
yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that, but now you pointed it out. Yeah, it was like such a cool contrast that happening. Yeah, like, and then speaking of contrast, I think that also like kind of like summarizes what I wanted to say, because I was gonna say that it has a really cool like blend of like styles or genres, because you hear obviously the rock sound with all the instruments, guitar, all the rhythm, especially that is going on in the percussion section and the drums, but also then you hear this like side of the stage that is like very like jazz bandy, but also like in the beginning it gave me like a marching band vibe. It feels like if you're just going to like a football game here, and then you just hear these like marching bands like kind of following you, or like in a stadium. So it was so cool that you see that blend, but then it kind of like at the same time felt very natural. So it didn't feel like, oh, they just had to add these, like put them together and like make it work somehow. It really like naturally it worked somehow. But I think it's just very unique to us. That's why it's like we're so amazed. But like from the sound standpoint, it felt so natural to have those, like the longer melodies or those instruments with like more like a tight groove in the drums and in the like electric guitars. Yeah, that was such a cool blend, and I think that makes them really, really unique. I haven't heard like any, I mean, I've heard like one brass instruments like a trumpet or like some like woodwinds, like flute here and there, but to have like a full section of like trombone, trumpet and saxophone all together and like have that like strong instruments, I think that's very unique, and I love their sound. I think because of that it was so cool. Obviously, like I love their voices, I love their harmonies in the vocal and like the guitar solos and everything, but that's like kind of the highlight for me. But yeah, that was so cool. So thank you, Ba, for your song request and for your support, and thank you guys for watching us. We hope you enjoyed it as well. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and drop your comments below. If you want to support us more, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.